thinking last night about this case and their theory and how it didn't make any sense and how it didn't fit and how something is wrong. It occurred to me.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant.
It's no disguise. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
We need to throw good. Do you?
Hey yo, what's going on? Not Guilty Boys, checking back in. I'm attorney Michael Campbell, along with my illustrious colleague, attorney Andrew Wilkerson. How you doing today, Drew?
Hey, man, it's a good day, man. We got another candidate online with us. Everybody tap in. We trying to let you guys know why you need to be checking these boxes. Don't just be filling out these ballots like Scantrons on tests you ain't studied for. You know what I'm saying? Let's learn. Let's take it in and let's use the news we giving you, man, to make sure the right people get the job. Let's do it.
Yeah, we just wanted to be a catalyst for getting the people out and understanding who they're voting for and why they vote for these people. So on today's show, we're excited to have Miss Alyssa Patterson. How you doing, Alyssa?
Hey, how y'all doing? Thank you all for having me.
For those of you who don't know, Alyssa is running for Dallas County Criminal District Court number 5. So listen, tell us a little bit about your legal journey and how, from law school all the way to here. Tell us about your journey.
Well, I want to thank the Not Guilty Boys podcast for having me tonight. Mike and Andrew, I really appreciate you. My name's Alyssa Patterson. I'm Dallas County born and raised, Cedar Hill native. I grew up with Andrew. He grew up with my older brother. I'm so happy to be here tonight. Finished K through 12, Cedar Hill, so I'm a real Dallas native. Then I went off to the University of North Texas at Denton. Got to say Denton now because there's so many campuses. I got my degree in political science with 2 minors in criminal justice and Spanish. Then I went off to the University of Oklahoma for law, got out of Dallas, and then returned back to Texas to Dallas after graduating in 2014. I wanted to be a lawyer since I was 12 because you get to help people, you get to make a difference. I knew going to college I was going to be an attorney, and I knew specifically I wanted to do criminal law.
Okay. So you have worked on, you worked on both criminal defense and the prosecutor side?
Yeah, so I started my career at the Texas Court of Appeals, 5th Court of Appeals. I clerked for the Chief Justice for 2 terms, so I handled both civil and criminal appellate cases as a briefing attorney. Then I went on to be a prosecutor on the city level, municipal level for the city of Dallas, and I tried all these Class C level cases from assaults, public intoxications, to city code violations, to anything that occurs in the city of Dallas. And then I wanted to expand my career. I went on to be a county level prosecutor. Went down to the Capitol, and I was a felony prosecutor down in Travis County. And then earlier in my career, I was a defense attorney. I worked under Michelle in Dallas and for my own firm. So I've seen both sides of the law, the prosecution side and the defense side. And I also practice some family law as well. So I really know what it's like to work with people and how serious criminal cases are.
And you are correct. I knew your brother. I used to dunk on him all the time. No, I'm playing. Now your brother could play some ball, man. He could play some basketball. But Judge Carter Thompson, I believe, is the judge in there now.
Yes.
Everybody love him. I'm gonna tell you like that. I mean, I think he's stepping down. People like his charisma, people like the way that he moves cases. What is it that you're gonna bring to CDC 5?
Well, one of the things I'm gonna bring is a heart. I think a lot of people know me from some of the podcasts and legal webinars I did with my sorority. And if you know me personally, I mean what I say. I'm the real deal, and I have the heart for the people. People don't realize how serious it is when you're charged with a felony. And I think it takes somebody that's with real criminal trial experience, that's tried cases, to, go in and take over his court and his legacy. I think I can bring compassion, heart, And I know as a prosecutor myself and experience as a defense attorney how important it is to move cases, get cases heard, get cases pled, make sure dockets aren't backing up. I think a few months ago we saw that the Dallas County Jail had over 7,000 occupants, and that shows that some of these cases are not, it was at full capacity, the cases are not being moved. So my platform is fairness. Everybody that walks into Frank Crowley into a criminal courtroom should be treated fairly, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're black, Hispanic, white, anything, LGBT community. I think I'm fair. I know I am. I got heart, and then I want to move cases and get them set for trial.
Okay.
Wow. Tell us.
I also have some programs, and I'll wait to your next question, but I have some new innovative ideas I want to bring to the court.
Well, I was just gonna say, tell us a little bit more about your platform. You mentioned fairness, compassion, and efficiency. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, as being in a courtroom every day, you get to see what the problems are. And one of the reasons I was fueled to run for judge, I know the problems of why people enter the criminal system. And a lot of people just think, oh, people are committing crimes, but it's more than that. It's about family support. It's about poverty. It's about societal factors that pushes people into the criminal system. So what I've really seen is youthful offenders. And myself being a millennial, I'm stepping out here to run to get the next generation active. I want to start a youthful offender program because so many people, young boys and girls, in the age of 17, a lot of people don't know in the state of Texas, you're treated like as an adult. You're charged as an adult. So I want to create a youthful offender program for certain felony cases, not all. You
Mhm.
charge for murder, aggravated offenses. It'll be a case by case basis, but certainly the lower level state jails and third degree felonies give people a second chance, so their life isn't ruined with a felony conviction. And then I've also seen mental health and substance abuse that fuels a lot of crime. People are sitting in jail that are mentally ill, and they're just sitting there waiting on their day in court, and nobody really knows how to help them. And so I've seen defense attorneys, prosecutors don't say nothing when you can clearly see this defendant is mentally ill or high on drugs. So I think it's, as a judge, taking a pause and being like, okay, how can I really help this person? How can we rehabilitate them? I tell defense attorneys all the time and defendants, hey, my goal is for not to see you again. How can we
Mhm.
keep you out of the system?
Right.
So, and then moving cases swiftly. I've seen judges that just don't move cases, that don't want to go to trial. I'm one of those hope to be one of those judges. Let's hear your case. Let's get the docket moving. So, and then I had a thought of a night court program that would have to be in collaboration with the DA's office, the sheriff's office, before I could get it totally approved. But I think we need to open up some innovative ideas to help people get to court. It's hard to take off of work. It's hard to find a babysitter. You don't have a ride. So maybe having court at nighttime, I know the city of Dallas has community courts. We need to bring that to the felony and possibly the misdemeanor level. We need to bring some resources to help people get to court.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that'll solve a lot of problems with the dockets being backed up and with people missing court who just
Mhm.
absolutely can't take off work. I agree with you. It does take the effort and time of the DA's office and also the time of the sheriff's department. I don't think the sheriff's department have that big of an issue because they're always there. I think if the DA can offer night positions to some of their younger associates, younger assistant DAs. That may be something they may be interested in, and I think it could work. I'm all for night court, Patterson. I think that's a great idea. I think it'll help get a lot of things just move.
Move, yeah,
County is a
yeah.
lot of it's a lot of chaos during the day. It's a lot of back and forth. I think
Mhm.
night
Whole
court
lot.
can help smooth out the day court. of what's going on in the morning. So I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, at least maybe once a month. I know prosecutors don't want to be there after 5 or 4:30. I think Dallas is lucky to leave at 4:30, but something to help the community and get cases moved, get people from sitting in jail, or at least get their case set for trial. Get a trial date. Get a plea done. At least maybe once a month to start with, and then we can build the program and hopefully get other judges on board.
It's like when you was in college and, in undergrad, and you could take
Mhm.
that 8 a.m. class. That was every day
Mhm.
of the week. Or you could take that
Yep.
5:30 to 8 o'clock class, and that
Yep.
was once a week. I was the
Yep.
5:30 class guy myself. I
Yep.
was I was always there for them to get it done at night that one time. But moving
Yeah.
on, you mentioned being a millennial. Okay. So tell us, why is it important to you? Why do you think it's important for the younger people to get out and vote in this upcoming election?
Yep, I really wanted to be on here to motivate our generation and the generation below us, Gen Z as well. When I pulled the studies, I've done a lot of research before I decided to put my name out there and file for judge. The age group that vote are ages 40 to 80. So what about us 30 and 20-year-olds? We got to get registered. Number one, everybody check your voter registration. If you go to my social media, I've posted multiple posts about looking up your voter registration. So many people are not registered, or they were and they've been kicked off the rolls. People don't know, if you didn't vote in the last year or two, you may have been removed off of the voting rolls. So you have until February 2nd, 2026 to get registered. So you can go on Round Table Street Drive in Dallas and register in person, or go to Dallas County Votes or Vote Texas and register. We really got to have a seat at the table. I hear so many people, oh man, it don't matter. My vote don't count. And it comes down to thousands to hundreds to one vote, multiple votes, who determines who gets in these positions. People get mad at the government and what's going on, but they didn't go vote. So I think we really got to empower our generation that, hey, get up, go vote, let your voice be heard, get a seat at these tables. So many people like, you're young to be running for judge. It's time to step up. It's time to be a leader. It's time for our voices to be heard, because people in our age group are the ones going to court. They're the ones being charged, or their family members. So I think people that look like us in our age group should be in these positions that can relate. That's the problem. When you're so out of touch with the generation below you, you can't relate. And so we need people our age to get out and vote and get in these positions.
Okay.
Okay. And how important do you think it is for people to research and to do the research and to seek out these candidates? That's part of the reason why we want to bring you and others onto this show. We want to bring you guys to the forefront for the people who do tune into the podcast, so they can hear directly from you and get the information directly from the source. How important is it for one to do their research with voting on the candidate?
It's so important. In my race is 3 candidates, and I'm here to talk about my platform, and I believe I'm the best in this race. It's so important because before you become a judge, you're an attorney. On certain misdemeanor and higher courts, you have to be a licensed attorney. JPs, you don't have to be a lawyer. But it's important to do your research to know what they stand for, what their character is, and their work product. If you start Googling some of these people, you'll see their reviews. They don't show the court. They don't call their clients back. They show the court late. Judges have to call them. Is that who you want on a bench? Do they have experience? Do they have knowledge of criminal law? Have they actually tried a case? And so that's why my social media and my material say a real criminal trial lawyer. That means something that you've actually been in court, at least misdemeanor, and then definitely you need to have tried some felonies to be in this position. But yeah, who are they as a person? If you don't call people back, if you're not doing your job or you don't treat people right, why should you have the authority to take somebody's freedom and life away? Are you going to be able to treat attorneys right when they come in your courtroom? Are you going to treat defendants and victims right? So it's so important to research. I know it's overwhelming, going to work, raising kids, being married, taking care of your daily life. You don't have time to sit down and read. But it's so many voter guides, or just run people's name in Google. I mean, right before you walk in the polls, just open up your phone and see who's running, so you can have an educated knowledge before you cast your ballot. But it's so important to research, because people don't realize who they voted for until you got to get in front of that person, and it's too late at that point.
I
Too
hear you.
late.
I hear you. Now you're running for CDC 5. Like you mentioned, Judge Carter Thompson is stepping down, and you're Dallas County native, Cedar Hill. Why do you think Dallas County needs Alyssa Patterson in County Criminal District Court number 5?
I think I can carry on what he's done, the good treatment, the good legacy he set, because one, I'm from Dallas County. I know the cities, 31 cities that make up Dallas County. I want people to know, and a lot of people don't realize, oh, she's District 5. So they think I'm just a little small district. No, this is a county wide race. If you're voting for district judges, everybody that's a resident in Dallas County can vote in this race. All cities that are actually a registered voter in Dallas County. I think they need me because I know South Dallas, I know North Dallas, I know where the crime is coming from. I can relate to the community. I treat people right. I actually have the experience. Both I'm a trial attorney and an appellate lawyer, and I've tried cases on all levels. I've dealt with your local defendant that don't have an attorney in city, municipal court, and county court, and up to felonies where you only deal with attorneys. And so I have the heart. I'm from this community, by this community. When you're not from Dallas and you don't really know much, at least from the DFW area, you don't have a vested interest. And I have a vested interest for people to do well, for my community and my city to do well. And I believe I'm the best candidate in this race. I didn't just start being out here in this community when I filed for judge. You should do research on people. When did they start getting active in their community? Have they done anything? Have they fed the homeless? Have they been out here trying to provide resources to people? Are they just now joining groups and getting out here when they filed for judge? So I've been about the community my whole life, from my parents down, from church. This is who I am.
What church did you attend?
I grew up in Munger Avenue Baptist Church.
Okay.
My grandparents met there. My mom and her siblings were raised there. And now I'm a proud member of Friendship West Baptist Church. I love my pastor, Pastor Haynes.
Oh, Pastor Freddie. Yes, yes, a great. He's running for House Representative too.
Yeah, he's running for my Sarah Jasmine Crockett's spot, and she's running for Senate. I'm supporting both of them, heavily supporting.
Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear the greatness that's going on right now? Our
Mhm.
young African American leaders are stepping up and moving into House Representative, running for Senate, running for judge, running for head DA. This is the time. If we want to effectuate any change in our community, now's the time. We have the newness of these youthful people running. We have these fresh ideas. We're far gone from the slavery days and the Jim Crow laws. Now's the time to implement some change, people. It's that important to get out to vote. Alyssa, we're not gonna hold too much more of your time, but I wanted to ask you, um, how important you're running for CDC 5. What type of or how important is are judges in determining people's livelihoods and the outcomes of cases?
Well, it's so important. And like we just said, you got to know who you're voting for before you just get to the ballot and before you step into court and your cousin, your family, your homeboy, homegirl's charged with a crime. It's so important because judges determine from the start of a criminal case, whether you pulled over on the side of the road or somebody's went and filed a police report on you, and you got to start from the beginning. When somebody gets booked in, that warrant gets issued and they get put in custody, the judge's duties start then with setting a bond. So you got to review the facts, what they're charged with, their criminal history. It's a lot of new legislation that this legislature passed about judges setting bonds. A lot of things went in September September 1st. And so the judges start the tone. They determine what the bond is. So your judge who you elected, okay, do you want a judge that's setting crazy, ridiculous bonds on people? Or are they setting bonds that normal people can make? And or do they have experience to be able to evaluate a case? And that's what it takes, years of experience. As a DA, I have, it's the key part of being a prosecutor and defense attorney is can you evaluate and value a case? And then so from there, first step, your bond gets set. You know, people mess up on bond. Okay, do you have a judge that's going to give you second chances on revocations and bond violations? And then most importantly, when they're presiding over a trial, some defense attorneys love to go to the judge for trials and then some don't. And a lot of people don't realize Texas is one of the few states that allows jury sentencing. So, you know, as a defendant, you can choose to either go to the judge or the jury. And so the judge sets the tone. What kind of sentencing is this judge going to do? Are they just going to send people down the river for life or major sentences for crimes that don't deserve that type of punishment? You know, is your judge fair? Are they listening to the facts? Are they listening to, okay, has this person been in this spot before? Is this a one-off thing or is this person a habitual offender? But still, you got to have somebody with heart that cares because everybody don't deserve to be in prison. We don't have tax dollars to send everybody to prison to house them. Everybody doesn't need to be in prison. People deserve second chances to be put on probation and diversion programs. Some people commit heinous crimes where they have to serve, but you need a judge that's fair, and that's what's so important from the initial to the final stages of a trial in felony court because felonies have consequences, housing, gun rights. People lose everything with a felony conviction, and people just don't realize it till they're charged or their family member is charged, the repercussions of a felony conviction.
Right. Well, Alyssa, we appreciate you coming on. Where can people
I appre-
find your website? Just give us your social media handles where people can follow you and read more about your platform.
I'm so honored to be here tonight, and I love what y'all are doing because people need to know who they're voting for. I'm on all social media. I'm a millennial, so I'm on my website. It's Patterson for Judge, real easy, Patterson for Judge. And all my social media, Facebook and Instagram, is Alyssa Patterson for Judge. I'm out here, I'm posting, I'm educating the community. Early voting starts February 17th through the 27th of early vote. I suggest everybody to get out and vote early. And then election day is March 3rd. I feel like I'm the best candidate in the race. I hope I gain y'all support and endorsement. And I'm here for Dallas County and the community. I really appreciate y'all's time.
Drew, any closing words? You on mute, my
Mention.
brother. You good now. Now you on mute again.
Can you hear me now? Quit messing with it, Trip. Nah, man, grew up with you. You know, I know you come from a good family. Know you got good upbringing. I know you're gonna do the best you can for the people in the position. I'm just glad to know you and hope you get up in there.
Really appreciate that.
You know, I just think this is real important because sitting in barbershops, Mike, maybe you can relate, but folks don't be knowing who they voting for, man. You know, folk might ask you who you voting for, and then that be who they vote for. But even that's not a good reason. You know, you need to have your own reason why you putting these people in these places of power, you know, and somebody that understands the integrity of the game, the integrity of the prosecutorial position, the integrity of being a defense attorney, that is going to allow you to, you know, be fair. And I could tell you, as a trial lawyer, tried and true, I love to think of myself as that, Mike too, and you could attest to this too, Mike. You know, we really don't need no favors. We just need it to be fair.
Come on.
I mean, fair is the favor right there. As long as you know, so you know, and that's far few and in between these days. So you know, we respect what you're doing. We respect your aspirations, and we hope to get her in there. Y'all check that box on the ballot, man.
I
Y'all
really
go
appreciate it. We drew ballots on last Monday. So I'm number 3 on the ballot. Go all the way down. So many people don't go all the way down the ballot. So if you go to place 3, you'll see my name, Alyssa J. Patterson. Hope to have all my signs around the county for sure in my hometown. So y'all will be seeing me. I have more events coming up in the new year. I just did a toy drive for the community. I really appreciate the support, and I'm proud of what y'all are doing fighting for justice, because justice is for everybody, whether you the state or defense. You need both sides to make the justice system go round.
And we
For
need good
sure.
people to be in these judicial seats. So y'all get out and vote for Alyssa Patterson running for CDC 5. She seems to have it all in order as far as her innovative ideas. She's a millennial. She's young. She has the passion. She has the energy. These are the type of people we need to get into office. So Not Guilty Boys here again, man. Y'all continue to like, subscribe, and share all our social media. Go on YouTube, subscribe, watch all these videos. We're going to continue to bring on as many candidates as we can, not only for judicial candidates, but maybe we can look up and get one of these House or Senate representatives on the show, and we can ask them about the laws that they plan on changing. But we appreciate Ms. Patterson being on. Drew, we checking out one more time. Not Guilty Boys.
Thank you
Take
all.
it easy.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Thank you.
Christmas.
It's no disguise. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
We can throw good, do you?
Murder of the first degree and one or more crimes of murder of the first or second degree to be not true. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is this your verdict? So say you one, so say you all.